Hi there, Machedo speaking to you from Machedo.com, who's Machedo and Think Personal Branding. Today, the date is 3rd January 2018. Time right now is 1:37 in the morning. All right. Thought I'll put up this short video and just share with you five things that you should do or should consider before moving to Thailand. And in case you're new to my videos, down is the list timestamp of each of the point, so you can choose whatever you like. And my details are given down below, email address as well as WhatsApp, if you want to just get in touch and just speak. Mind you, these are my personal experiences. Don't take them as universal truths. I would always recommend that you get 2 or 3 different opinions, do your own research before you decide to take the plunge and move your base from wherever you are to Thailand. Now, Thailand is, so let me just put the timestamp. Now, Thailand is an amazing place. Among all the places that I've been, London, been to Dubai, Dublin, Ireland, India, and Thailand. Among these places, I've also been to Qatar, Bahrain, Oman. Yeah. So I feel Thailand is my favorite destination. The reason for this is not for the normal reasons like people say alcohol is cheap or its food is very, very cheap or the beaches are there. I don't go to the beach. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't go to parties. I don't do drugs. I don't do any of these things, okay? The main reason why I liked Thailand was because, especially the island of Samui, is because it was very quiet. It was very, very quiet. I stay in a forest, which is away from, the main road, which is away from bars, pubs, all the hustle and bustle. So I'm always sitting in my house. I'm never going out. I'm always doing work. I'm always studying. So for me, Thailand was the first amazing point. The second amazing point about Thailand is, yes, it is very, very affordable, very affordable. If you compare, let's say, to Singapore, Dubai, London, United States, there is also another downside to this, which I'll tell you. So let's say, for example, you can get a small little room to sleep. You can get it for $3. You can eat on the streets, let's say, for $2 or less than that. And the people are very courteous. The Thai people are very, very courteous. They are unbelievably beautiful. I mean, they're so spiritual. They just mind their own business. They're always with their family. I mean, it brought back memories of when you would go to India and you would see the family sitting together, eating together. You can see in all my Instagram videos. You'd see me sitting with my wife's family, sitting on the ground, eating food. The whole family eats together, like Filipinos. The whole family eats together. They share a common, very big plate, like Arabs, Arab Muslims. They also keep the food right in the center. They share with one another. So it's a very beautiful culture. And the Thai people, the authentic Thai people, especially from the village, I'm talking of this really simple ones from the village. They're very humble. They're very simple. They like to keep life very simple, and they're laid back. So I kind of like this life very much, and that is why I decided, fine, I'll come down to Thailand. I'll sit. I'll do my work. I'll study. I'll learn. I'll read. I married a beautiful Thai woman who is amazing. She doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, doesn't do anything bad. And she's a gift to me. She supports me in every way, and she has never asked me for a single thing. Okay, so for me, in my personal experience, I've had an amazing experience with Thailand. I think Thai people are the most amazing in the world. Yes, I did have 1 or 2 bad experiences, but that is everywhere. That is anywhere and everywhere in the world. You need to be careful who you go out with. Like, for example, there are full moon parties, full moon parties where they dance and drink the whole night long. I have never been to such a place, and I'm not interested to be in such a place. So like I said, it depends who you are hanging out with or what you're doing. So my experience in Thailand has been amazing. So that's the reason I moved to Thailand. Now, the question is, what are the 5 points which I'll be telling you now? Let me put a timestamp. So the first thing you should consider when you're moving to Thailand is get in touch with a lawyer. Now, here's a very important thing you need to consider. When you're choosing a lawyer, please, I don't necessarily recommend going through the World Wide Web. Here's the reason why. Because I went through the internet. I checked all the websites. The lawyers who appeared on the Google search, they are slightly more commercial and tech savvy. And there are new key players in the market who also advertise their services. And I didn't have a good experience with one of them. Okay, I don't want to name the company, but I really didn't have a good experience with them. They had promised me, okay, you'll get your visa once you come down. And I believed that company. I gave the full amount in advance. And once after I came down, it was a complete mess, a total mess. And I ended up spending more than $3,000 extra just to sort out the mess that I was in. And it was a really scary phase because I had shipped all my stuff from Dubai. I had transferred my base, and then I was in no man's land. So the three main points that I suggest and recommend when taking a lawyer or when choosing a lawyer, yes, of course, recommendations help, but be careful who you're taking the recommendation from. So the first one is make sure that you take a lawyer or a lawyer's firm which is long established, very, very long established. My lawyer is her name is Miss Honey. She is an amazing, absolutely amazing human being, seriously amazing human being, very caring, really good at her work, very, very good at her work. She was able to, what people said would take me like 3 months, she was able to do it in 1 week's time. And she really streamlined the process pretty well. So, and she has been established on this island for, I think, close to 20 or 30 years. So one is go for a lawyer who's long established, and I highly recommend Honey. If you need the contact details, I'll be happy to provide. She's more like family now. The second one is always when you're going to, let's say you're going to United States and you need some advice about United States, take it from someone who is from United States, has been in United States for ages and ages, and has established a business, legal business for ages and ages. If you're going to India, the same thing. If you're going to Thailand, it's the same thing. Don't go to a new country, let's say you're going to Thailand, and take advice from, let's say, an Australian who has established a business. Even though I'm not saying that these foreigners are bad, like, let's say, Australians, Canadians, or Jamaicans. No, it's not that they're bad, but who can understand their own country than the locals of the country? So I personally feel that you should go to the long-established locals of the country because they would be in a better position to advise you. Because, say, for example, in Dubai, when you need legal advice, if you go through someone who speaks Arabic, all their documents are in Arabic. In the court, you have to speak in they speak to each other in Arabic, and an Arab kind of gels with an Arab. So it really works out. So same thing here in Thailand. When you go meet someone who's an expert, speak to someone who's Thai, because all their documents are in the Thai language. So I think it's very necessary. And my experience has been amazing with all the Thai people. Really, truly, I would highly recommend you going and meeting a Thai. Now, if you do want to go for a foreigner, make sure that the foreigner has an established business for at least 10 to 15 years. It's very, very important. And, when they are running a business for so very long, then they have an established name. But if you ask me, the honest preference is go for a Thai local in Thailand who has been operating the business for 20 or 30 years. So in my case, I went to a foreigner who had advertised online. He's a good guy, but he didn't know the Thai laws. And that put me in a limbo, and that was where I really had to go through a Thai person. The second point, let me put the timestamp. The second point which I'd like to say is, please make sure that you collect enough and more amount of money. See, what people tend to do is they tend to have this thought back of the head, okay, Thailand is cheap and affordable. So let's say I'm living on $2,000 a month. I can stay in Thailand for $200. So I'm living on $2,000. I can live in Thailand for $200. So fine, what I'll do is if I take $2,000, I can stay for 10 months. It doesn't operate that way. If you want to be on the safer side, please collect the same amount of money that you're earning in your country for 1 year and then move to Thailand. So let's say, for instance, you are, same example, $2,000 you are living on for $2,000 per month. So for 1 year, it's 24,000 US dollars. So don't make it like 10% and come down here. No, collect $24,000, the same amount that you need to survive in your own country, bring it down here. That will help you stay comfortably in Thailand, because you just do not know when some new expenses might just come up. Like, for example, I had my bariatric surgery where they had to cut my stomach and all that stuff. So that in Thailand cost 10,000 US dollars. I had, I got married, so there was a lot of traveling in between to be done. I had to accommodate certain other friends of mine. Then I had the family members. So, you just do not know when you'll have to spend more money. So it's always good to come prepared with extra money than the bare minimum, and never calculate, okay, Thailand is cheap, so I'll just calculate that amount and come. So please just make sure that you collect enough and more. Roughly, if you ask me, in order to be comfortable in Thailand, at least, in my humble opinion, you would need 100,000 US dollars for at least 2 years. Okay. Otherwise, you just do not know. Yes, people survive on $3 for sleeping in a room, or they share bed space, or they sleep in a friend's house. People live on $1 a day for per meal. But unless you want to be a backpacker, fine. But if not, you want to live decent and you want to live having all the proper amenities, the internet and everything else, I would say keep in mind the amount that you're earning in your own country and bring that calculating into 12 months. Let me put a timestamp. The next very important point, which I think is absolutely necessary, is having friends, friends that you can trust. Now, by friends, I would say once again, trust the local people of the country. Now, there is always this tendency that when foreigners come from UK, US, wherever they come from, they tend to think that they are smarter than the locals of the country. Let's say, for example, if you're from the city, if you're from the United States, I'm just giving as an example, or from the UK, you were working for a technology firm like Google, you had iPad, you had all the, let's say you had a Tesla, and you have seen the world. So when you come to a village, in Thailand, you begin to think, oh, he's just with buffaloes, he's going to the farm, he's cutting rice. So we are smarter, the tendency is there. But, remember that you're making a very big mistake. The Thai people, they are very humble, they are very simple, but they are not dumb. They are very, very smart, very intelligent, because they are survivors. So respect that. I think it's very important to know that Thai people have seen so many foreigners come and go. They have seen so many foreigners come and go, but they are still very humble. They are still very grounded. I trusted the Thai people more than anyone else. There were all these people who are saying, oh, Thai people are after your money, Thai people, be careful, they will never accept you. But see, here's the thing. Any culture, I'm an Indian, okay? Indians are clannish towards Indians, and North Indians are clannish towards North Indians, South Indians are clannish towards South Indians. So Thai people do love Thai people, and they speak together in the Thai language. They eat together, fine. So when you're a foreigner, you're an outsider, like they call you a falang, okay? But you need to earn that respect. You need to earn that trust. Your culture is different. The way you sit, the way you stand, the way you behave. So you're like an alien. You're absolutely like an alien. So don't expect to, wear your skimpy outfits. And please, this is a very important thing to all the foreigners. When you're coming to Thailand, please don't do this. This is so ridiculous, which I see so many foreigners do. Because they like the sun, I mean, they walk around with their bikinis all around the place, showing their bodies to everyone. Respect the Thai culture. Please be respectful. There was this news article that was in the Thai papers of these foreigners who came there, and they were, pulling down their trousers to take photographs of their ass in front of holy shrines. I mean, how can you do that? How can you seriously do that? Is something wrong with you? You need to respect the place that you're in. Now, if let's say you're with your family, you'd wear proper, respectable clothes. All right. Now, you need to do the same when you come to these places. Now, okay, some of you might dress up in a bikini with your children. Okay, you might dress up in your shorts or your underwear and go roaming around. Fine, that is acceptable abroad. But here in Thailand, it's a conservative society. They are very respectful. Fine, there are some of them who are very modern in these parties, but traditionally, all of them are very, very respectful. Especially in you need to observe and look at people. So please don't go around, dressing up that way. Dress up really respectful. Okay, be respectful towards people's cultures. So speaking about friends, I would always recommend keep local Thai friends. My really good friend, really amazing friend, her name is Off. She's a very simple girl. She is with her husband Pitun, and they're very simple people. You'd not believe this. People kept saying that once you make a Thai friend, they'll always take money from you. They'll always ask you money. This lady, Off, she has never taken money from me. Never ever taken money from me. Never asked me anything. Always helped me. Always called me. Loy, are you okay? Loy, do you need something? Loy, should something be done for you? Very helpful people. Very nice people. She really treated me like family without taking any money, without doing anything. And she didn't have to do it. And she's not rich. Even her husband, not rich, but he was there by my side whenever I needed him. So the point I'm trying to make is it's very necessary for you to have friends who you can trust. But like I said, give it time, spend time with them, get to know them, and that is how you learn whether they're good or they're not good. So, but personally speaking, I think you need to have local friends because they are the ones who will help you get around. They are the ones who will help you settle down. So just putting the timestamp. The next one, which is very important, is when you're planning to move to Thailand, a very important factor is where you're staying. In my case, I took a residential area which was in the forest, which is slightly raised. Now, it's very important for you when you're taking up a residential area, be careful of the location. Okay, there are some people who are very rich who can afford, like 5-star property, which is on the mountain looking down. It's like an amazing view. Fine, if you can afford that kind of money, good for you. In my case, I chose something simple, something that was in the forest, something that didn't make a big fuss or big noise about, look, I'm here, I'm rich, I'm well-to-do. No, I chose something that was simple. However, keep this in mind. In many parts of Thailand, it rains a lot. So there can be floods. Not massive floods, but water up to your ankles. So I chose one which was slightly raised on a higher ground level, and the house also has this like it's on top of a place where you can park the car down. I chose this place because it was quiet and it's nice, and I don't have to worry about the water. So the housing is very, very important. And also keep in mind, once a landlord kind of likes you and knows that you're a good person, you can really get a very good rate. I got 50% off the following year, that is this year. I got 50% off because I was not smoking, I was not drinking, I was not making any noise. I kept the house always clean. I visited the landlord every alternate day, every third day, sitting and eating with them like a family. So they are like family to me, So they give me at a 50% off. So it's very important to choose a nice house because that determines what you'd be doing, because that's a place where you'll be staying. Also, as a matter of precaution, it's not that there are very many robberies here, but I just put steel railings all around and I put video cameras. So not that anyone would rob, but in the area that I am is pretty safe. The only thing which I have in my house is books. I don't think anyone would want to take big, heavy books. Nobody reads them in the forest here. So last if not the least, let me put a timestamp, is now this one's pretty crucial. This one is pretty important. When you're planning to come to Thailand, yes, you would calculate, oh, it's very cheap. I can live on $1 a meal. I can stay $3 just, in a room. But you really need to consider, how are you going to earn money? Many people have this mistaken identity. Okay, I'm going to come here, I'm going to start a new business. I'll start a new restaurant, or I'll start a massage parlor, or I'll start a tourist information office, or I'll start a rental agency for bikes and cars. Now, those ideas are good, but they're overused. Almost everyone does it. Like, for example, let me tell you, in the place where I stay, when I go from my road, from my house all the way to the main road, which is hardly 1 kilometer, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 houses. We're just talking normal houses. They're just normal houses. They're not businesses. And they're just people, friendly people who are just cooking outside, and you can just buy food from them and just say, I'd like to buy this. They'll give you for less than what you'd get outside in the supermarket, in the places where the street vendors are selling their food. So, and like 2 months ago, there was nobody on my road. In terms of the main road, I think 18 businesses had opened up and 18 businesses shut down. So don't think that you're coming with an innovative idea. There's nothing innovative here. If you have thought of an idea, I'm pretty sure someone else has also thought about that idea, and they tried that idea and it did not work. So please just be sure before you invest your money anywhere, because most probably it's very easy for you to lose your money and you'll end up shutting down your business rather than having a proper business. So if you're planning to invest, come to the country, stay here for some time, observe and see what can be done. But remember this much, there is, Thai people are very simple. Thai people are very, they're very happy with the small things in life. So if you're going to come with American breakfast eatery or Swedish food, fine, you'll get maybe 1 or 2 people who'd like to try your food. But then your actual revenue will be based on tourists coming down. Because here, like for example, my wife, very simple lady, very, very simple. She's happy with papaya salad. She's happy with sticky rice. She's happy with just gravy and rice. She's that simple. So I'm just trying to give you an outlook of how people are. Yes, maybe people in Bangkok are very expensive, very rich. And, I don't know much about those places, but out of the places that I've been, Ubon Rajdhani and Koh Samui with my wife, we're very simple people, very, very simple. We're happy with the simplest things. Like, for example, this shirt I've been wearing for 2-3 years now. I didn't find the need to change or wear a branded item. You can even get a shirt for, I'll tell you, one second. I'll give you the exact rate for a shirt, which you can get a proper new shirt, less than $3. Okay, you can get a brand new shirt like this. So, so don't think that you're coming up with a new innovative business idea that nobody else has thought about. And so you have to think on how you're going to earn money. You have to think on how you're going to earn money. Just be careful about that. Don't come here expecting you're going to revolutionize things. And I would always, I always feel that it's always better to have a trusted local, like have a Thai person who you can really genuinely trust. And like everywhere else, take your time to get to know the person. Once you really believe that this person is someone you can trust like family, because money is money, then or only then get into it. Okay, so these are the 5 things that I would suggest to anyone before moving Thailand. First one is make sure that you have an established lawyer. Second one is make sure that you take 1 year's income when you come down for a year. Third one is make friends who are local Thai people. I have only Thai friends here. Fourth one is your house location is very, very important. Make sure that it's, if you want to be away from the noise and craziness. And last but not the least, have a plan as to how you're going to make money. And it should be an established way of how you make money, either online or offline. That will help you succeed, survive in Thailand. So these are the 5 points. Let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. Please put your comments in the comment section below. And do like and subscribe to my channel. Lloyd from LloydMachedo.com, who's Lloyd Machedo and Think Personal Branding, saying goodbye for now. Take care.